happening, YouTube? Anthony on Power Rangers Lost Galaxy fan film with a new PRLostGalaxy 2014 review. And before I do any new Power Rangers Lightning Collection or Marvel Legends figures for the year, is my review for the very first time on the Halo Spartan Collection Master Chief. So to start my collection of the Spartan Collection from Jazwares is Master Chief from Halo, and especially this is like the Master Chief figure from Halo Infinite. I figured that given that looking back on my Master Chief 12-inch figure, which I cannot believe out of all of my toy reviews from 2020 would get over 1K of viewers and people watching it, I figured as a reward I would have people to see my review on something that's not a 12-inch kid grade figure, but rather something for us, the adults. And I figured I want to take a look at the Spartan Collection because getting this Master Chief figure was really hard for me to find. I wanted to do a review on this around Christmas last year, but I was like, I don't think I was going to have time for it. But I'm luckily now got my hands on the Master Chief Spartan Collection 6.5 inch, I think it was 6.5 inch figure. It comes with all these interchangeable hands plus 2 weapons and the figure itself. This version of this figure at the time I'm recording this, I got this off of Amazon for $19 from pre-owned with condition, because given the pre-owned condition of the figure, I do not have that add-on for Halo Infinite. So therefore, I'm just going to have to get other figures completely brand new and in stock to get the add-on for Halo Infinite as possible. And also at the time, I am now officially an Xbox gamer. I got an Xbox Series S last Christmas, and I haven't played Halo Infinite yet. But anyway, let's just get on with it. So this is what the front of the packaging for a lot of the Spartan Collection figures are, because, you got the figure in the center and then some accessories on this side, and then the hands or so, well, especially for Master Chief on this side. Nothing here, but besides the UNSC logo, if you can visibly see it here, and then you also got the UNSC, if you can briefly see it here, right there, and this is a part of Halo Infinite. And then on the back of this, of course, since I got Master Chief, I am going to looking forward on getting Cat 8320, Spartan Mark, what is this, Mark 7, something like that, Mark 6, Mark 7, and Spartan Mark 5. But this one, however, if you go on Amazon, good luck trying to find this, or go on eBay, because I found a couple of, Spartan Mark 5 on eBay, but yeah, I can find these two, but when I get these two next time, but get this one whenever I can find it, because I've noticed that these figures for the Spartan Collection are going really high, skyrocketed right now. But luckily, I finally got Master Chief, and let's get on with my review. Alright everyone, now on to the fact that we got Master Chief out of the package. I do want to take a look at the accessories out of the box, because there is a lot of these interchangeable hands, plus the 2 hands that are already inside the figure. But there is like a lot of these hands, and you got Master Chief. These balled fist hands would be when Chief is not wielding any kind of gun or any other weapon whatsoever. This is what the fists look like, and you can take a look at them up front. This is how the balled fist would look. If you want to place these fists in those into the hand, the hand holes, you can do that. It looks like I got, well, okay. Then you got the 2 hands that are completely open with the fingers fully open. You got that. You got those hands going, unless you want to put. I don't know what to do with these hands when you put this in Master Chief's arm holes, when you plug these hands into the holes. And then this is another hand where he's like when he's wielding and holding a gun. And I was trying to take a look at how this hand would look with the gun in hand and with this pistol gun. This is probably what it looks like. No, that's not it. That's not the right hand. But okay. But then you look at the pistol gun. This, be careful trying to put this, put a finger probably for this hand or that hand when Chief wants to point and shoot. you know, this is, and also it's nicely done with how they did the paint on the gun with the faded green and all, you know, all of this still being black. And then of course his assault rifle, which is one of my all-time favorite weapons from the games, although there's no paint here because it would be possible to paint that blue part out to showing the ammo rounds like in the games. And you know, while the assault rifle here is all black and silver, which I dig because, you know, to differentiate the color of the guns. And then as for the figure, I do want to talk about the figure since this figure is a lot bigger given the mass of the character because Master Chief is such an icon. I do want to take a look at how they, you know, Jazwares did a good job doing the figure looking exactly straight out of the video games, and the way how they did the green paint, and probably from the tinting of my camera, you know, I actually like the way how they did the detail on this figure as opposed to that 12-inch figure I did 2 years ago, which, you know, while that was more of a kid's toy, this here is for the more adult serious collectors. And for 19 bucks, this was actually worth the price, even though this is still a pre-owned figure. I like the fact how Master Chief's helmet visor is die cast. I really like the die cast detail on his head, which is also incredible because we got to make this look authentically like out of the games as possible. I do like the way how they, you know, put the detail on his armor, especially with the digit numbers of 117, which is Master Chief's digits. I actually like to take a look at the back. You know, the back, you do have the copyright notice for Microsoft and Jazwares on this leg here, so you got that going. Okay, as for articulation. Now, as for articulation, let's take a look at some of the arms and leg joints. And now, again, given that this is the first time doing a Jazwares Halo figure, again, you can't really do much articulation around the abdomen given the amount of weight. And also, I've noticed there's a little bit of a wiggly feel to the abdomen a little bit. So, yeah, because and also given the amount of weight on the figure, the arms and legs can go down this way, and then also you get the elbow, you know, the elbow pivots and joints. You can get that going, just kind of like, you know, with Hasbro and, you know, their action figures for adult collectors. And I really like the way how there is a lot more freedom to the elbow crunches because it looks a little loose because, well, actually this is just how the figure is because Master Chief has all this armor, so there's not much you can do with that. You can take the arms, you know, up and down, and yeah, you got that going. Then same go for the other arm. You can do an elbow crunch. I mean, the elbow crunch is all the way to upward to the shoulder. That's another thing I noticed on this figure. The toes to the feet of the armor, they can flip up because you can do that. That's kind of impressive. I mean, compared to what I got from Marvel Legends and Power Rangers Lightning Collection, and whenever I possibly will do DC Multiverse, the McFarlane line. Yeah, you got the toes, you know, going upward, so you can do that. As for the knee crunch, the knee crunch is very extended. You got that going. You can crunch both knees without any kind of problem. Yeah, as a matter of fact, but well, actually for this leg though, my Master Chief for this leg, when I'm trying to do an elbow crunch, it seems like it can't go all the way as opposed to on this leg, because this leg is fine, but whereas, and also I've noticed the ankle pivot for my Master Chief is a little loose on this leg, but this leg is okay. You know, this foot is okay, but the right foot on my Master Chief is a little loose and lanky because, again, given the condition of the figure when I got it. Yeah, you can also ask for the head. Now let's look up and forward and bring the camera up a little bit to see the head and how it looks. When you got the head, you can turn this way and that way when he's looking left, or this way when he's looking right, and then forward looking straight at the camera. So you got that going. Okay, so that's the figure because it's actually impressive. So let's take a look at how Master Chief looks with the two different guns, and that will be it for the review because there's not much I can say about this. Now, this is the look of Master Chief with the bald fist in, and I actually managed to get the gun inside one of the hands that was still in the figure even when I started the review. Still got that. Now, take a look at Master Chief with both bald fists on his both arms. So, got that going. So, this is how he will look without any weapons. Now here's Master Chief with both open hands with the fingers extended, and another stance where you don't have Master Chief wielding any kind of weapons. And lastly, let's look at Master Chief with the two hands with him wielding his assault rifle. Although I've noticed that for this hand, since there's no way where I can put the finger through the handle grip of this gun, well, I don't think there was another hand that came with this figure that was compatible, but yet I actually managed to put the pistol gun in this hand, but this extra hand was probably, I think this should have been on the side, but I don't think there was like another hand like this, going through the assortment of all the different hands that I have for Master Chief to change from. But, oh well, I guess what I have to do is what I paid for. So for final thoughts, I actually dig this Master Chief figure probably quite a lot more than that 12-inch figure that I did a review on. Well, although kids will enjoy that 12-inch figure, but for us adult fans, myself included, I will rather stick with this. But even though I'd rather have some merchandise for Halo, since after all, it is one of my favorite franchises in gaming and one of my favorite franchises regarding the Xbox brand, and I highly recommend this for everyone, kids, adults, serious collectors, Halo fans, anybody. And well, although for any parent who wants to buy this kind of figure for their kid, I highly recommend them playing with it, sort of. But though, I do not recommend this product for, any parent's young child under, under 5 or so, because because you don't want them choking on something as small as this. While I do mind the paint detail for this figure for all ages, but it's really worth the price, especially for an adult collector grade figure. But even though some collectors will probably give it for their kid who will like Halo, who likes it, but though this figure, for it, given its premium stance with all of the with the die cast on Master Chief's visor, and then the great, not perfect, but just good paint detail on Master Chief's armor and everything else about him. But while, like the 12-inch figure, there's not much paint detail besides the basic paint stuff. While I did mind them adding the black paint around the assault rifle and as well as his pistol gun, but there's not really much you can put to that, to that accessory. But other than that, this was a good figure. I'm definitely going to get started on collecting all the other figures of the Spartan Collection, depending on how many figures will come out from Jazwares regarding Halo. So anyway, that's it for my review on the 6.5 Master Chief figure from the Halo Spartan Collection. I'll see you guys next time with a new review of this, figure series. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching.